Hi everybody, we just got in from the woods again. We're still working on stuff, but I'm making chicken and dumplings for supper, and I thought I would show y'all real quick how I make mine. Several people have asked for a recipe. This is just going to be a quick, probably messy video. It won't be a pretty one like I normally try to do, but we'll hit all the high spots and I'll give you an idea of the ingredients. I don't really have a recipe, I just kind of eyeball it and go. I boiled a chicken breast with a lot of fat on it in an amount of water. This is my big pot that I use whenever I make gumbo. I boiled it with salt and pepper and boiled it until the chicken was done, and you can see there's a lot of good fat floating on top of the water. I prefer split chicken breast because they have the bones and all of the extra fat, but they didn't have that the other day whenever I went, so I just used a chicken breast that had a whole lot of fat on it. So that's what I do to the chicken. I let it boil till it's done, and then to my chicken broth I'll add a can of cream of chicken soup and then some milk. I like to use heavy cream when I have it, but I don't have any today, so I'll just be using milk, and that's what's going to make the sauce to cook the dumplings in. So I've added my cream of chicken and my milk. I have no idea how much milk I added to this, and now I'm going to let it just sit there and simmer and come to a rolling boil. Now for my dumplings, and my tripod is broken, so we're not going to have a lot of good angles right now. I've got to either figure out a way to fix it or buy a new one. But for my dumplings, I do have a little bit more of a recipe and measurements estimate than I do on like the actual gravy, juice, whatever. I usually do about 3 cups of flour, but tonight I'm going to do 4 because I'm making a pretty big batch because I want to have some leftovers for tomorrow. But I'll do like 4 cups of flour if I'm making a big batch. And then I will add a whole lot of black pepper, like a lot of black pepper, because I like my dumplings really peppery, like that much black pepper. Oh, I am fixing to sneeze. A lot of pepper. And then I'll add, since this is 4 cups of flour, I think the ratio for salt to flour in these types of things is like per cup of flour you have like a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of salt. I never can remember, so I'm just cautious, but I'm probably going to do about 3 teaspoons of salt, and this is for 4 cups of flour. If it is a little too salty, it's not the end of the world because it's going to sit there and cook in the juice, and that will help it not be as salty. I have to fill up my salt container. Isn't this cute? This was my great-grandmother's. She used to always keep her salt in it, and anytime I would go over to her house and we'd make anything, she always had her salt and a measuring spoon in her cabinet ready to go. And I am so happy that I was able to get it, and I get to use it the exact same way. So this is one of my kitchen treasures. Also, another one of my kitchen treasures is this yellow Pyrex bowl. I actually kind of I didn't do a blog post, but I did a Facebook post, and all about how I got this bowl and why it's so special to me. If I can go back and find that post, I'll actually copy and paste it, put it in the description so you can read it. But I love this yellow Pyrex bowl. So then I'm just gonna mix my flour mixture up with a spoon till everything is well combined and it looks like the pepper's pretty well dispersed. Then I'm going to go in and add milk. I think it's going to be about probably 2.5 to 3 cups of milk. I'm not sure. It's another one of those things that I just eyeball, but I will show you what the dough is supposed to look like so that you'll know once you've added enough. And you can just add a little bit of milk at a time. I'll make a well in the middle of my flour like this, and then I'll just add some milk, stir it for a little bit, assess the situation, decide if we've got enough milk or if I need to add more. and proceed from there. But I'll show you what the dough looks like whenever it's right. So this is an example of too much milk. It's a little wet and too sticky. You can't really see from there, but it is like way too wet. But this is easily fixed. All you have to do is just add a little more flour to it. So after I get it right, I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. Okay, now it looks right. It makes a nice round dough. It's not too sticky. I mean, it's still kind of, it moves around, but it's a lot tougher and you're not worried about it like pouring out of the bowl. But you can knead it and all that. So at this point, it's ready to roll. I'll probably divide it into 2 or 3 sections just so it's easier to roll. And then I will use a pizza cutter and cut it up. While I'm waiting on my dumpling juice, dumpling gravy, my milk and creamy chicken mixture, whatever it is over here, to boil, I'll just cut and stack up, and then once my liquid mixture comes to a full rolling boil, then I'll start dropping the dumplings in one by one. Okay, you want your surface well floured, and then you're going to add flour on top, and this is about half of my dough mixture, and then you're just going to roll it out pretty thin as you like. And if you notice your dumpling dough starting to stick to your rolling pin, just add a little more flour. I usually always err on the side of caution and add way too much flour, but that's fine. Find what works for you. And all of my dumplings are not going to be the same thickness. Some are going to be thicker, some are going to be thinner. It just depends. And I get a pizza cutter and cut long strips, and then go back and cut those strips back into smaller rectangles and squares. They're not going to be perfect. They all look different. There's nothing beautiful about these, but I aim for something about this size. You can see it's not very thick at all. And then since they're coated in flour, you should be able to just kind of scoop them all up and put them in a pile and move them out of the way. But dumplings are not hard to make. There's really nothing difficult about them. There's not like you don't have to have an exact science, and they're not leavened. I think some people do put like baking soda or baking powder or something in their dumplings, but I never have, and they always turn out great. So these are ready to go in once my liquid starts boiling. So I add the dumplings to the broth, and I'll add some, let them boil for a minute, stir them, add more, stir them, add some more, and I do this till I get through the whole batch of dumplings. And then I'll shred my chicken and add to the broth, and then I'll let the whole pot sit there and cook for a little while until the dumplings are done like I like them, and the broth has thickened up, and then just dig in and enjoy. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm tickled pink that you stopped by. If you aren't already a subscriber, I would love it if you would subscribe. It lets me know that you enjoy the things that I share. You can also follow me on Instagram. I post there a couple times a week, and I add little things that won't fit into a YouTube video, or just little everyday updates around the house. But thank you again so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!